the final book of the Old Testament. I remind you that a testament is a record. And there's the Old Covenant, that's the agreement between God and his people. But then the record of that is called a testament. And Malachi is the last of the Old Testament prophets here. He's not the last of the Old Testament prophets, but he's the last of the Old Testament prophets to be recorded in the Old Testament. The last Old Testament or covenant prophet was actually John the Baptist, whom Jesus said was the greatest of the prophets. But here we have Malachi, the last of the Old Testament prophetic books. And Malachi is someone who's prophesying after the Jews have been allowed to return to their land. They've rebuilt the temple, but they've grown weary and they've turned their back on God. And they've turned their back on God because the leaders have. The priests no longer love God. Those who are responsible for political leadership no longer loved God. And we have this problem that when leaders don't lead, the people go astray. So as you read this very short book that concludes the Old Testament, we see it finishes with hope, like all of these prophets do, that there is one coming and he will restore. He will turn hearts back to the Lord. He will turn the hearts of fathers back to their sons and the hearts of sons to their fathers. And if there's one thing that's needed today, it's men whose hearts are turned to the Lord.